On the morning of Sunday, October 19th, 2025, the Louvre Museum in Paris opens its doors. At 9:30 a.m., as the first visitors enter, 4 thieves use a vehicle-mounted mechanical lift to reach a balcony near the Seine River and enter the Apollo Gallery, where the royal jewels are kept. 10 minutes. In just 10 minutes, 8 historic jewels are stolen from the world's most famous museum. But the real heist doesn't happen that morning. The real heist is happening now. Let's look at the details. A professionally planned operation, a mechanical lift, a wireless cutter, security vulnerabilities, and an interesting detail, the security cameras on the exterior facade. What was stolen? Empress Eugénie's crown and brooch, Empress Marie-Louise's emerald necklace and earrings, Queen Marie Amelie's and Queen Hortense's sapphire sets, and a relic brooch. Total value, 88 million euros. Empress Eugénie's crown fell during the escape. Dutch art crime expert Arthur Brand says, "This is the biggest heist of the past 10 years. A normal person doesn't wake up one morning and think, let's rob the Louvre. These are professionals." Now let's get to the main issue. You have Eugénie's crown in your possession. What will you do? Can you sell it? No. Can you display it? No. Can you show it to collectors? No. Experts agree, these pieces cannot be sold in their current state. Each one is registered, cataloged, and recognized worldwide. Didn't the thieves know this? Of course they did, because this heist was never about selling. This was a destruction operation. Where are the thieves now? They are most likely somewhere in Europe, in an unlicensed goldsmith's workshop. Or worse, they are in contact with the melting experts used by organized crime networks. The process goes like this. Step 1. Dismantling. Crowns, necklaces, brooches are mechanically taken apart first. Every precious stone is removed one by one. Step 2. Melting. Gold and silver are melted. 1064 degrees. The Empress's crown is now molten metal shining in a smelting pot. Step 3. Cleaning. Diamonds, emeralds, sapphires now become unidentifiable stones. Because they were removed from their original settings, no one can prove where they came from. Step 4. Redistribution. The molten gold becomes new ingots. It mixes into the gold markets in Belgium, Switzerland, and Dubai. The stones slip into the diamond exchange in Antwerp. And then, the gold from the crown that belonged to Empress Eugénie becomes a wedding ring on someone's finger. An emerald piece belonging to Empress Marie-Louise becomes a pendant. The most valuable pieces of history thus disappear. Arthur Brand says, if you melt the gold, no one can tell that the new rings came from Napoleon's jewels. They will most likely do that. But wait, is this just a loss of 88 million euros? These jewels were the salvaged remnants of thousands of pieces lost after the French Revolution of 1789. They are not just gold and stones. These were the crown worn on Empress Eugénie's head, the necklace that shone around Marie-Louise's neck, pieces personally gifted by Napoleon himself. Each had a story. Each had a history of the hands that touched it. Now imagine, a few weeks after the heist, you buy a new wedding ring at a jeweler somewhere in Europe. The gold in that ring may come from Empress Eugénie's crown, but you'll never know. The jeweler doesn't know either. Perhaps even the seller no longer knows. History disappears this way. Not all at once, but piece by piece. Melted, distributed, forgotten.
we asked Arthur Brand about a private collector theory. There's a belief that wealthy collectors commission these kinds of heists, but I've never seen that. No one wants to touch pieces that are this sought after. Why? What can you do with them? You can't show them to your friends, you'll be arrested. You can't leave them to your children, they'll be arrested too. You can't sell them, the trail gets followed. These pieces are on international wanted lists. Anyone found holding them is automatically a criminal. So who would take that risk? The answer is simple. No one. That's why they're melted down.
The Louvre heist is not the first. Let's look at the biggest museum heists of the past 20 years. 2000, National Museum of Stockholm. Rembrandt and Renoir paintings were stolen. Value, $30 million. Some of the paintings were recovered, some remain missing. 2003, National Museum of Iraq. During the American invasion, 15,000 artifacts were looted. Most are still missing. 2010, Paris Museum of Modern Art. Picasso, Matisse, Modigliani. Total value, 104 million euros. None were recovered. 2019, Dresden Green Vault Museum. Baroque-era jewels were stolen. Value, 1 billion euros. The pieces were recovered, but in a melted state. Now let's ask the real question. What did we lose in the Louvre heist? Was it 88 million euros? Or was it these? The crown Empress Eugénie wore at her 1853 wedding. The necklaces that symbolize Napoleon's love. The last remnants of the French monarchy. 200 years of memory. History we could witness with our own eyes. Your children will never see these jewels. Your grandchildren will never touch this history. Because these pieces no longer exist. They were melted. They were dismantled. They were scattered. And this is not just the Louvre problem. In Dresden, at the Paris Museum of Modern Art, and in countless other places around the world, the same story continues.